So my name is Amanda Whalen. My sobriety date is August 24th of 2023, and I have been with Plugged In for going on 2 weeks now. My life before now was tragic, to be honest. I can remember walking down 27th Avenue in Indian School because my stuff had just gotten stolen for the umpteenth time, crying because I knew I didn't want to be there anymore, especially after coming off of being sober for 6 years and then relapsing. I guess I finally knew I didn't have any reservations left. And so when I finally decided to get sober this time around, which conveniently was on my sister's birthday, which was August 24th, and it's been a wild, crazy ride. I've gotten a divorce, well, almost a divorce. I have started a self-discovery point in my life where I know I'm going to be sober forever, one day at a time. And I just look forward to being the best me that I can be and, just be the best mom I can be. And I can tell you Plugged In is the best sober living I've ever lived at. Not just because of the location, but because of the way we're treated. It's been a learning experience, but I've always been met with respect and kindness and understanding from both the Plugged In staff and also from my house manager as well. I actually know specifically what brought me back to the rooms this time. It was my then 3-year-old's birthday the next day, and I could not get my mom to answer the phone. And, obviously now being sober, hindsight's 2020, because I wouldn't have let my 4-year-old talk to me either. But having to leave a voicemail singing happy birthday to my youngest child that I had raised from the time she was born till she was 3 broke my heart. And it just brought me back to that space of, oh my gosh, if I don't fix this now, like I'm going to die. So I ended up getting arrested at Target, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It just gave me that space I needed to really start to conceptualize being sober again. And 10 days after that, I went into a treatment center and went straight from there to another sober living. And then I got acquainted with Plugged In, and that's where I'm at now. I had become a member of a forum on Facebook that helps people, with resources and finding somewhere to go in recovery as far as like housing and whatnot. And I had posted something asking if anybody had any leads on sober livings and, besides the company that I was with previously. And Wade Mulhauser reached out to me personally, and he let me know that there was going to be a house opening up, and it wasn't for another week. So I went and researched a bunch of other sober livings that were awful, and just decided I was going to sleep on someone's couch for that time until I was able to move in. And certainly the best decision I've ever could have made. Life here at the house is interesting. There's a mixture of personalities, and there's always that little bit of a learning curve when you're learning how to mesh well with, all the different personalities and whatnot. But, it's always been met with grace. I just continue to pray for everybody, and I pray for myself to be willing to, meet people where they're at. And that seems to be the response I've gotten as well. And it's just been a comforting feeling being here. I literally have never felt so welcome in a space before. So being in recovery, I think structure is a huge priority for me. Well, I know it's a priority for me, but it's beneficial for more than a couple of reasons. I pretty much didn't know how to be a human anymore. I was very creature-like, I guess, out there. And, I had to learn how to pay my bills again. And I had to learn how to, keep my bedroom clean and make my bed every day, and be accountable to chores and go to meetings and all of that. And just having a structured environment that holds me accountable to those things every day is something that is continuing to help me grow into the woman that I desire to be. Being in recovery is a neat process. I choose to follow the 12-step program and meet with a sponsor regularly. And I have found that you can pretty much apply anything that happens in life to the 12 steps. And I feel that I'm constantly doing an inventory. I'm constantly, learning new things. And I know that, especially when it comes to, maybe high energy confrontations or situations, I've learned how to respond instead of react. It's still something I work on every day, but without the program, I know for a fact that I would not be able to confront those kinds of situations peacefully, whereas I'm able to do that now. Absolutely. If you're struggling, if you are out there homeless, or if you're in a treatment center, if you're in jail, or wherever you're at, just try to tell yourself that you're okay wherever you are, and that literally everyone's bottom is different, and you don't have to go any lower. Go to a meeting, raise your hand when they ask if you need a sponsor, even if you don't know what it is or what you're doing. They promise you they will walk you through that process. And then, if you need a recommendation on somewhere to go, obviously Plugged In is my number one recommendation. And as far as meetings and stuff, you can go on to the internet, look up meetings. There's 24 hours a day in Arizona. There's a meeting going on, and there's tons of rehab facilities that are access approved. Some of them don't need any insurance at all. There's just so many options. Just, I know that the world can seem really small right now, but I promise you it gets a whole lot bigger just one step at a time. I think most importantly, I need to thank God, because I surely would not be on this earth still if it wasn't for Him. And then obviously, my family, my mom, and particularly my kids. Um, my kids are so amazing, and they've helped me really just kind of keep going. I'd like to thank myself, because if it wasn't for doing it for me this time, I would not be here still. So, yeah, and I certainly want to thank, Plugged In for all their support as well. It's definitely been a very positive experience for me.
Bang, bang, bang.